Agent Bradley, are you staying focused? Quickly, I switched the feed to another image. I'm sorry, Agent Powers. I suppose I lost my train of thought. I don't have room for sorry, Agent Bradley, and neither does the FBI. We need to find that maniac, Cletus Smith, who found out about the aliens and has been posting about them on Facebook. If news gets out about these guys, it could publicly ruin the FBI. Please let me go home to my family. Quiet, you extraterrestrial scum! Now you listen here, Agent Bradley. His post has already gotten 12 likes on Facebook, 32 views. I suggest you get yourself to work watching people through their phone cameras, unless you want to bring down this entire organization.
He really got on to you, Bradley, didn't he? Yeah, Phillips, he did. But you know how Agent Powers gets when the stakes are high like this? I do. What were you looking at anyway? It was nothing. Phillips? Yeah? Do you ever get invested in the lives of the people you watch? How do you mean? I was watching this kid. He was real dorky. Nerdy, thick glasses, no muscles. You know the sort. I guess I started to root for him. He reminded me of my younger self. I turned the screen back on to the kid. Watching him was like reliving my past. The sweaty palms, the nervous moments, the supreme need for deodorant. I mean, look at him. I just wish there was some way I could help him out. The kid looked up at a flyer on the wall of the school. It was an advert for the upcoming prom. He looked to his left longingly. She was beautiful. Longingly, my braces-stricken protagonist looked. Around 5 people gathered around my desk and watched my computer screen. I guess we all were getting rather bored of all this alien business. Well, boys, I think we got a little bit of a job cut out for us. Our protagonist, whose name I later found out to be Dilbert, made his way home with 2 of his zit-covered companions. They sauntered into the basement, and one of the boys dimmed the lights. Members of the Order Cognitius. Are we ready to begin? I will now begin the roll call. Toby?
Here!
Dilbert?
Here!
Kurt? Here. Now to the first order of business of our D&D group. Dilbert likes a girl.
Well,
I saw you looking at Tiffany Huntington. You're in love.
did not.
Did too. And as part of the Oz of the Order Cognitius, we have to sing the KISSING song.
We've been singing that song since the 3rd grade. Isn't it a little bit childish? Plus, my mom thinks it's inappropriate.
It's tradition, and so that's exactly why we have to sing it.
So what if I like her? You aren't gonna deny she's pretty. And she's never gonna go for a guy like me. Face it, guys. We aren't the type of guys who get girls. They're all like, and we're all like, it's just not gonna work out, man.
Here we watched our biggest roadblock yet. The kid just didn't have the guts, gusto, or gumption. You know, you can get an animal to move with a carrot, but you can also do so with a stick. What are you suggesting? Get me an alien. What did you say your name was? The name's Bleep Blop Bloop. What's it to ya? Look, we got a job for you, and we hear you're willing to work for the other side. It's true. I've done the government's dirty work for a long time. Shot Kennedy, brought Nelson Mandela back to life. What's in it for me? I'll let you be reunited with your wife in Area 51.
Okay, I'm in. What's my assignment?
I need you to convince an incredibly nerdy teenage boy that he needs to ask out a teenage girl to prevent the destruction of a galactic empire.
You FBI agents get bolder and bolder by the year.
The boys were still in their room, now engrossed in some sort of deeply nerdy woman-repellent game, which they all seemed to be enjoying immensely.
Silence, Earthling! I bring a message from deep space.
It's the intergalactic overlords! How may we serve you?
I require no service from you, only service from the most masculine and courageous. It's, Dilbert! Dilbert? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Dilbert! You have been prophesied for generations. Your actions surrounding this school dance and asking her out will have ramifications for centuries over. Go forth, young child. Be brave. The future, nay, the galaxy, rests in your hands.
You gotta do it, man. The fate of the future and the galaxy are in your hands. Come on, man. Did you hear what he asked me to do? He didn't ask me to do something easy like advanced trigonometry. He asked me to ask out a woman. It's a scary fate, dude. But if I've learned anything in my life, it's that if a strange blob comes to you and asks you to do something crazy to save the world, you ought to do it. Except if it's Jabba. And then you say no at all costs. And you recommend Ozempic. Look, man, it's destiny. Okay, I'll do it. And don't worry, we'll be there to help you along the way. So you'll be my wingman and be there while I do it? No, but we will put Toby in a dress so he can pretend to be one and you can practice on him. Are you ready, Dilbert? Not really, man. Okay, Toby, come out. Greet your date. Hello, woman. Compliment her. How lovely. You're not fat. It was clear this was going to be way harder than I thought. Even an entire galactic empire on his side, he still had the charming abilities of a dead possum. Agent Bradley, we got some bad news. Really, what is it? We've been scouting around Dilbert's crush, trying to figure her out. Turns out she likes a guy. Well, what are you doing sitting around? Get his feet up on your screen. I was mortified. He was more than attractive. He had beach blonde hair with blue eyes as deep as the Mediterranean Sea. There wasn't a single piece of acne on his skin, and his hair was perfect. That, Agent Bradley, is Hot Tony. That's not even a nickname. It's his legal birth name. He came out of the womb, and the doctors were so impressed they wouldn't allow his mother to name him anything else. He's captain of the football team, basketball team, baseball team. He plays guitar. He always looks dreamy, and he volunteers at the local puppy shelter. Worse yet, it sounds like Hot Tony has a thing for Tiffany. My goodness. I don't even know what we do to move forward from here. Operation Flaming Cactus. You madman. Are you one Hot Tony? Yeah, I was just going to the puppy shelter to cram it, wise guy. We're here with the FBI. You're wanted for a major crime. Look, dude, I'm sorry if I did anything wrong, my dudes. Nighty night, kid. So, where did you put Hot Tony? Location 7B12. Where's that? That's where we put all the things the FBI wants to hide. Epstein client list, the living Tupac, etc., etc. Give me a status update on Dilbert.
Sir, they've concluded Dilbert lacks the social charisma to speak to a woman. Instead, they've decided he needs to remain aloof and mysterious in order to have any chance. His wingman Toby's going to be doing all the talking. I saw Toby, still dressed up as Tiffany, leaning against a support pole in their hangout spot.
Hello, Tiffany! I would like to know if you are physically attracted to my friend, or do his large zits and spittle-covered face repulse you? Come on, guys. Look, this just isn't gonna work out, man. None of us have got pizzazz.
You can't quit now. What about the fate of the universe?
Yeah, the fate of the universe.
Come on, there's gotta be a better way of asking her out than speaking to her.
What sort of a plan are you proposing?
I'm saying we slip her a note into her locker. Something like, "Sup, my name's Dilbert, but you can call me the Dill. You want to go out with me to prom? If so, let me know. Home dog."
You're like Shakespeare, only better.
All right, tomorrow morning I'll have you put it in her locker and we can all call it good.
All right.
I can't wait for that prom. They're going to have a couple's name. I was thinking something like Tiffy Birch or Dilfy.
Are you gonna put it in? I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It's just so many eyes in this place and my hands are so sweaty. Come on, put it in. Us, the guys, need to regroup. Meet me at lunch. Look, man, I can't put it in. Not with all those people around. I don't want anyone to see. What you need is a distraction. There are 2 entrances to the hall on both sides. Toby and I will watch both entrances.
Yes, sir.
Boys, we may be late to algebra class. Quickly, they all moved into their positions, waiting for the period bell to chime and their plan to take course. Dilbert stood there in the hall like a lost kitten with a running look in his eye. You boys were slacking off! Do you understand the importance of this situation? The whole integrity, the pedestal with which the FBI sits upon, could come crashing down in flames. I will fire every last one of you. No, I will have your names erased from the history books. I will. Is that Dilbert? He said this while looking down at my computer screen. Yes, sir. Why, Agent Bradley, were you looking at him? We were trying to help Dilbert ask out his crush, Tiffany.
My brother.
Get your feet up on the big screen so everyone can see.
Dilfy!
Really? You're in support of the FBI using its resources for this, Agent Powers? Of course. Why do you think we killed JFK? The FBI has been doing this for years. Some nerd was into Marilyn Monroe. He was a 2 and she was a 10, but we had to level the playing field. Me and Agent Powers sat down next to each other. The whole of the office turned their chairs to face towards the large screen at the front of the room, where we were airing Dilbert's feed. We watched as he approached the locker. The whole of the hall was completely dead, with the expectation of Dilbert's friends. He was approaching the locker slowly, with the love letter in hand. He was shaking. I saw Agent Powers bite his lip as we all sat on the edge of our seats. Any second, someone could walk around that bend with every moment we wasted hesitating next to the locker. 1 second passed, then another and another. Finally, he crumpled up the note in his hand and he walked away. Nothing could help this kid now. He had thrown in the towel. His friends gathered around him, and I thought I saw maybe a small tear behind those black sunglasses that Agent Powers wore. The whole crowd was downcast. His friends tried to talk to him, but he just walked on. His head was sunken and low, dejected by what had happened. Then, something inside him snapped. I don't know if he recited Shakespeare to himself, remembered some rousing speech, or perhaps simply knew deep down in his gut and soul what he had to do. He crumpled that paper and then ripped it into 1,000 pieces. I'm tired of this crap, man. I'm tired of it. Every moment in my life when I face a challenge that makes me scared, I back down. It's not going to be this time. The spirits rose once again in the office as we saw him turn a corner. He marched without his friends, without the help of the FBI, right up to Tiffany. It was clear by the look of her, she didn't even know his name. It didn't matter. He wasn't dejected. Tiffany, I think you're a really great girl, and I want to know if you want to go to prom with me. The crowd erupted into cheers. There was merriment, embracing, dancing. Gilbert had done it. There was no doubt he was scared. He was terrified. But in spite of it all, he asked it. Over the noise of the crowd and the whoops and the yells, I couldn't even hear Tiffany's answer. Maybe it didn't matter.